Deep in the mountains, a strange object was found inside an old alien spaceship. The air around it felt cold and strange, glowing with a bright blue light. No one knew where it came from, but it seemed powerful. A young man named Jack, always looking for something exciting, sneaked into the area where the spaceship was hidden. His eyes lit up when he saw the glowing object. Without thinking, he took it. It was small, but it hummed with energy. He didn't know that this wasn't just any artifact. It was a key to a dangerous alien power. As Jack walked away, he felt a strange connection to it, like it was calling to him. Little did he know his life was about to change forever. The moment he stole it, a chain of events began that would bring aliens to Earth, and danger was coming closer. On a distant planet, the Tsirians, an advanced alien race, were in deep trouble. Their powerful artifact had been stolen. Without it, their planet would soon fall into chaos. Zorath, a skilled warrior from the Tsirian people, was chosen for the dangerous mission to retrieve it. He was the best at what he did, fast, smart, and strong. Zorath's spacecraft shot through space, speeding toward Earth. He had studied the humans and their world from afar, but he never imagined it would be so strange. As his ship entered Earth's atmosphere, he felt the tension rise. He had one goal: find the thief, get the artifact, and return it to save his planet. But he had no idea that the humans were already onto the artifact, and his mission was about to become far more difficult than he imagined. The hunt had begun. Zorath arrived on Earth under the cover of darkness, moving swiftly through the city streets. He used his advanced technology to blend in, but his mission was clear: find the human who had stolen the artifact. His tracking device pointed him straight to a small apartment, where the thief, Jack, was hiding. But just as Zorath was about to approach, something unexpected happened. Earth's military, aware of the alien presence, had already located Jack. They surrounded his apartment, ready to capture him and study the artifact. Zorath could see the human through the window, terrified. He knew he had to act fast. With a silent leap, Zorath burst into the building, knocking out a few guards. He grabbed Jack, hoping to make a quick escape. But the military was prepared, and soon Zorath found himself trapped, with no way out. The pursuit had turned into a dangerous game. Zorath had escaped the trap, but not without consequences. Wounded and exhausted, he hid in the shadows of an alley. He knew the artifact was too important to be left in the hands of Earth's military, but now the situation was even more complicated. Jack, the thief, had been captured, and time was running out. Desperate, Zorath sent a secret message to Jack. Using a small device, Zorath communicated directly with the human. "I can help you escape," Zorath said, "but we must work together." At first, Jack didn't trust the alien. He was scared, confused, and didn't know if he could believe him. But the truth was clear. The military had no intention of giving the artifact back to the Tsirians. Jack realized his only hope was to ally with Zorath. Reluctantly, Jack agreed. They had to escape before the military figured out just how dangerous the artifact really was. Together, they prepared for the next step in their dangerous mission. Zorath and Jack, now an uneasy team, made their way to the government facility where the artifact was being kept. They knew they had little time before Earth's military discovered the full power of the object. As they approached the heavily guarded building, tension filled the air. Zorath's eyes scanned the surroundings, looking for a way in. He knew he couldn't do this alone. Jack, though nervous, felt a strange sense of urgency. He had stolen the artifact, and now it was his responsibility to return it to the Tsirians, or else Earth might face disaster. They were almost at the entrance when the alarm sounded. The military had spotted them. A wave of soldiers rushed toward them, weapons raised. Zorath didn't hesitate. With a swift movement, he activated his alien technology, creating a shield to protect them both. But the battle had only just begun. As they fought their way deeper into the facility, the stakes grew higher. The artifact's power was too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands, and now both aliens and humans were on the brink of war. The battle at the government facility raged on, and the situation grew worse with every passing minute. Zorath and Jack fought side by side, but Earth's military was not going down without a fight. They were armed with advanced weapons, some of which even Zorath had never seen before. The soldiers pushed back hard, determined to keep the artifact under control. As they made their way deeper into the facility, Zorath could feel the presence of more Xyrian ships in Earth's atmosphere. The Xyrians weren't just coming for the artifact anymore. They were coming to prepare for the destruction of their planet, and Earth would be their battleground. Zorath knew that if they didn't act quickly, the planet would be caught in the crossfire of a war that had already begun. Jack, exhausted and frightened, turned to Zorath. "What happens if we don't stop them?" Zorath's face was grim. "The artifact is the key to an energy source that can either save or destroy both our worlds. We have to return it to its rightful place, or all will be lost." The aliens had arrived in full force, and now the real fight was just beginning. The humans and aliens were about to clash in ways no one could have imagined. The fate of Earth hung in the balance. The final showdown was unavoidable. Zorath and Jack, now standing together against a tide of military forces and alien invaders, knew the only way to stop the destruction was to return the artifact to the Xyrians. But the situation had grown even more dire. The artifact's power was unraveling, threatening to tear apart the very fabric of Earth's future. As the battle outside escalated, Zorath and Jack made a bold decision. They would have to take the artifact to the heart of the conflict, to the place where its energy could be properly controlled, the Xyrian ship waiting in Earth's orbit. But there was no guarantee they would make it out alive. The two enemies turned allies pushed forward, battling their way through both human soldiers and Xyrian forces. At last, they reached the ship. With a final act of trust, Jack placed the artifact in its designated place. The ship's engines roared to life, and the artifact's power stabilized, sending a shockwave through the battlefield. The military and aliens, momentarily stunned by the sudden change, stopped fighting. For the first time, both sides looked at each other, realizing the battle had ended. Zorath turned to Jack. "You have saved both our worlds. This is the beginning of a new alliance." With the artifact safely returned, the Xyrians promised to share their advanced knowledge with humanity, paving the way for a future filled with possibilities. Earth had been saved, and two worlds now stood together, no longer as enemies, but as allies ready to face the challenges ahead.